Heather Du Plessis-allan Drive, weekdays from 4 on Newstalk ZB.
Let me give you a bunch of reasons why you can and should ignore this letter from 97 wealthy Kiwis asking the government to tax them more. This is the letter that starts, "We write as people who are frustrated with how much tax we pay. We want to pay more." No, they don't. They don't want to pay more tax themselves. What they actually want is other rich people to pay more tax. And you don't have to take my word for it. I will quote the guy who signed the letter, who founded Eco Store, Malcolm Rands. He was asked if he was offering to pay more tax if others weren't also required to do the same thing. He said no. He said even someone who's as big-hearted as me would not feel good paying more tax when other people aren't. Well, that's the real tax. Because if they really wanted to pay more themselves, they would simply tax themselves like some wealthy people do and then use that money for charity. For example, build a hospital for children, like Mark Do Night Check in Wellington has done. This plea for more tax is really not as benevolent as it looks. Not all of these signatories are as wealthy as you might think they are. I mean, absolutely. Names like Philip Mills of Les Mills, yep, he's wealthy. Sir Ian Taylor, absolutely. But there are names on that list that are clearly not worth anywhere near $50 million that would make them the kind of high net worth individuals that would have had IRD snooping around in their tax for the last year. In fact, I was so surprised by the random names on the list that I called the people who helped coordinate it. They admitted there was no benchmark for how rich you have to be to sign this letter. It was opt-in. You could simply decide that you felt rich and you wanted to sign it. One of the people I raised with them, they said they thought was worth $5 million based on a Google search. That is a long way from $50 million. That's a house and a couple of investment properties in Auckland nowadays. It's pretty much the aspiration of most mums and dads. So let me ask you this, right? If extreme wealth is not the thing that these signatories have in common, what is it really? Political leanings, maybe? Philip Mills, one of Labour's biggest donors. Robin Malcolm, long-time Green supporter. Rob Campbell, long-time union man. David Cunliffe. Yes, David Cunliffe signed the letter, former Labour leader. I suspect this is really an attempt to help a political party get a potential tax plan over the line, because if these people really wanted to pay more tax, pay it, do it in charity. Just leave the rest of us who want to own a house and a couple of investment properties alone.
Heather Du Plessis-allan Drive, weekdays from 4 on Newstalk ZB.